Let's join Wade Middleton as he talks about some American Hunter feeders he has set up.
For over 25 years, American Hunter Feeders has been dedicated to building the best built, most innovative products on the market today. Their feeders are designed to ensure quality and reliability that lasts. This is the American Hunter R225 Pro series of feeders. It's a great wildlife feeder that you can use for a lot of different scenarios. For me personally, this is an incredibly durable feeder that doesn't break the bank when you get ready to go buy one. It's easily contained. You can carry it out in a box by yourself and quickly put it up in just about any hunting situation and scenario you're going to come to find. Let's go to some of the features now. The way the legs are set up here, you can interchange them. You can make it a little shorter or a little taller depending on what you're needing. Say for instance you're wanting to feed around a fish pond, you want it a little lower, this is a great way to lower it close to it, or you want to get it up higher to get a wider area of feed. You've got a metal band that sits just below this raised edge right here that allows it to be very sturdy when the unit is totally full of feed, which is how I like to use mine so I don't have to go fill my feeders all the time. On top of that, you've got a great locking lid mechanism that keeps moisture out, which allows all your grain or whatever you're feeding to stay dry so it doesn't mold, mildew, therefore causing it to gum up and not come down to feed. Once you get down to inside the timer feeders here, you've got a digital and you've got an analog choice to work with. From the analog scenario, you can take the pins in and out and set it to feed numerous times all day long. Basically, as many pins as you can put in those holes, that feeder will go off at a variety of times. And it just works its way around, and every time it hits the trigger point, the feeder goes off. The digital series of feeders allows you to come in and manually change the time and the rate of feed based on how you want to set it up. This particular timer is very easy to set up. You can set numerous feeding times all during the day. You can also choose what days you want it to set and throw. Me personally, I like to set it up to throw 7 days a week, and I'll set mine at like 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. for a normal deer hunting situation. For those of you that are wanting to manipulate their game in different scenarios, you may find a pattern that works a little different for you. That's one of the great features of this digital feeder. You can set it to go off a variety of times and feed up to 30 seconds at a time. Once you get that all dialed in and set up, you've got a wide range of accessories that you can put on here. You can put a remote control on it, you can put a solar charger on it, you can even put a varmint buster on there to keep those pesky birds and squirrels and raccoons from getting up here and wasting your grain. Speaking of wasting grain, this feeder right here has a no-spill cup built into it that keeps that feed from falling out when it's just sitting there and the wind's blowing too hard. And we all know the wind's gonna blow at different times, but with this no-spill cup, you're not wasting grain. You also notice it's got a great guard around here that once again keeps those undesirable species from getting in and feeding when you don't want them. As you notice, this is a very simple contained unit. It's not hard to put together and it's not hard to maintain. This is the AH350T3. This is an on-demand wildlife feeder that's very popular with your protein feeder applications, to where the deer can basically come in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and feed. They're not relying on a timer of any sort. The feed is gravity fed through this funnel and they just come up here and pick it out. This all-metal construction is incredibly durable, which is what you want in some type of a feeder like this, where the animals are actually going to be bumping into and feeding on the feeder. This type of a cover right here allows to keep the moisture off. It funnels the moisture away, which keeps the protein dry so that it will continually feed out. One other great aspect of this particular on-demand feeder is this internal sleeve right here, which allows you to move it up and down to control the rate of feed. You can slow it down to a trickle by moving it all the way down, or you can really increase the flow of feed by raising it all the way up. That allows you to match the current range conditions with how much feed you want to put out. With a 350-pound capacity, you can put some feed out in an area and really get some great antler development using this particular feeder right here. It's one that I highly recommend. Set up right next to your timer feeder so that you can use it from December all the way up till about October.
To get more on American Hunter feeders and accessories, or to make a purchase, visit their website at AmericanHunterFeeders.com.